Have you ever stopped to wonder whether the vegetables you're eating might be doing more harm than good? As we age, we're often told to load up on vegetables to stay healthy, but what if some of them are actually making digestion harder or contributing to long-term health issues? The truth is, not all vegetables are created equal. While many are packed with nutrients, some can be surprisingly tough for the body to process, leading to bloating, discomfort, inflammation, or even more serious complications, especially for seniors. In this comprehensive guide, we'll uncover 5 vegetables that older adults might want to avoid or at least approach with caution to improve digestion and support long-term wellness. Some of these may surprise you, as they're often considered healthy staples, but their effects in the digestive system, joints, or other aspects of health can be less than ideal for aging bodies. If you've ever experienced bloating, acid reflux, joint pain, or even unexplained fatigue after meals, your vegetable choices could be playing a bigger role than you think. Stick with us until the end, because this isn't just about what to avoid. It's about making smarter choices to help you feel better. Stay active and enjoy life with greater ease. We'll break down each vegetable, explain why it might be problematic, and offer practical tips on what to eat instead. Whether you're looking to ease digestive discomfort or prevent long-term health issues, this guide is for you. Let's dive in and explore these 5 vegetables, starting with some of the most commonly consumed ones. Cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts are often hailed as nutritional superstars, and for good reason. They're loaded with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. But for many older adults, these vegetables can be some of the hardest to digest, leading to discomfort that can overshadow their benefits. As we age, our digestive systems often become less efficient, and the high fiber content and unique compounds in cruciferous vegetables can cause bloating, gas, and even stomach cramps for some people. One of the main culprits is a type of carbohydrate called raffinose, which is found in cruciferous vegetables. Raffinose is not easily broken down by the human body and ferments in the gut, producing gas as a byproduct. This fermentation process can lead to significant bloating and discomfort, especially for seniors whose digestive enzymes may not work as effectively as they did in their younger years. If you've ever eaten a hearty serving of steamed broccoli or a cabbage-heavy coleslaw and felt uncomfortably full or gassy afterward, raffinose might be to blame. Another issue with cruciferous vegetables is their sulfur-containing compounds, which give them their distinctive smell and taste. While these compounds have health benefits, such as antioxidant properties, they can also irritate the digestive tract in sensitive individuals. For seniors with conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or a slower digestive process, these vegetables can linger in the stomach and intestines, increasing the likelihood of discomfort. For example, imagine enjoying a delicious plate of roasted Brussels sprouts at dinner, only to spend the evening dealing with bloating or stomach cramps. It's a common experience for many older adults, but one that's often overlooked. Beyond digestion, cruciferous vegetables contain compounds called goitrogens, which can interfere with iodine absorption and potentially affect thyroid function. While this is unlikely to be a major issue for most people when consumed in moderation, seniors with existing thyroid conditions, such as hypothyroidism, may need to be cautious. Over time, consuming large amounts of goitrogenic foods could contribute to hormonal imbalances, leaving you feeling fatigued, sluggish, or even affecting your metabolism. For instance, a senior with an underactive thyroid might notice increased tiredness after regularly eating raw kale or cabbage salads. Unaware that these vegetables could be playing a role, does this mean you should swear off cruciferous vegetables forever? Not at all. The key is moderation and preparation. Cooking these vegetables, whether by steaming, roasting, or sautéing, can break down some of the tough fibers and sulfur compounds, making them easier on the digestive system. For example, lightly steamed broccoli is often gentler on the stomach than a raw broccoli salad. Additionally, keeping portion sizes reasonable can help minimize discomfort. If you find that cruciferous vegetables consistently cause bloating or consider swapping them for gentler alternatives like zucchini, bell peppers, or carrots, which offer similar nutrients without the digestive challenges. To put this into perspective, let's consider the story of Margaret, a 68-year-old retiree who loved her daily dose of cauliflower rice as a low-carb substitute While she thought she was making a healthy choice, she began noticing persistent bloating and discomfort after meals. After consulting with the nutritionist, she reduced her intake of cruciferous vegetables and replaced them with cooked carrots and green beans. Within a few weeks, her digestive issues improved significantly, and she felt lighter and more energized. Margaret's experience highlights the importance of listening to your body and making adjustments based on how certain foods make you feel. Ultimately, the goal is to eat in a way that supports your health and leaves you feeling good. If cruciferous vegetables are causing more discomfort than benefits, it might be time to take a closer look at your diet and experiment with alternatives. Being mindful of portion sizes, preparation methods, and your body's unique responses can make a world of difference in maintaining optimal digestion and overall wellness as you age. 2. Nightshade vegetables. Tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, and potatoes. Nightshade vegetables, including tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, and potatoes, are staples in many diets, adding vibrant flavors and colors to meals. However, for some older adults, these vegetables can contribute to inflammation, joint pain, or digestive issues, particularly for those with conditions like arthritis or acid reflux. While nightshades are nutrient-rich, they contain compounds that may not agree with everyone, especially as the body ages and becomes more sensitive to certain foods. One of the primary concerns with nightshade vegetables is a compound called solanine, a naturally occurring toxin found in potatoes, tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers. Solanine has been linked to increased inflammation in some individuals, which can exacerbate joint pain or stiffness, particularly in seniors with arthritis or other inflammatory conditions. For example, someone with rheumatoid arthritis might notice that their joints feel stiffer or more painful after eating a tomato-heavy pasta sauce or a potato-based dish. While the research on solanine's effects is not conclusive for everyone, many seniors report feeling better after reducing their intake of nightshade vegetables. In addition to inflammation, nightshades can also trigger digestive discomfort. Tomatoes and peppers, for instance, are highly acidic, which can irritate the stomach lining and contribute to acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease GERD. If you've ever experienced heartburn after eating a spicy salsa or a tomato-based soup, the acidity of these vegetables might be to blame. For seniors with sensitive stomachs or a history of GERD, these foods can make symptoms like burning in the chest or indigestion significantly worse. Potatoes, while less acidic, have their own challenges. They have a high glycemic index, meaning they can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, which can be problematic for seniors managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Take the case of Robert Weisman, a 72-year-old who loved his nightly baked potato and tomato salad. Over time, he began experiencing increased joint stiffness and occasional heartburn, which he attributed to aging. After reading about nightshade vegetables, he decided to experiment by cutting them out for a month, replacing potatoes with sweet potatoes and tomatoes with cucumbers. To his surprise, his joint pain decreased, and his heartburn episodes became less frequent. While Robert's experience may not apply to everyone, it underscores the value of paying attention to how your body responds to certain foods. If you suspect nightshades might be causing issues, you don't necessarily need to eliminate them entirely. Cooking these vegetables can reduce some of their potentially irritating compounds. For example, roasting peppers or eggplants can make them easier to digest than eating them raw. Additionally, swapping high glycemic potatoes for lower glycemic options like sweet potatoes or cauliflower mash can help stabilize blood sugar levels while still providing a satisfying side dish. If you're dealing with joint pain, inflammation, or digestive discomfort, consider taking a 2 to 4 week break from nightshades to see if your symptoms improve. You might be surprised at the difference it makes. As a practical tip, try keeping a food diary to track how nightshade vegetables affect you. Note any symptoms like joint stiffness, heartburn, or bloating after meals containing tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, or potatoes. This can help you identify patterns and make informed decisions about which foods to limit or avoid. If you're enjoying this guide and finding it helpful, please comment. Number 2, below to let us know you're here. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss future insights on health and wellness. 3, raw onions and garlic. Onions and garlic are kitchen staples, adding flavor and depth to countless dishes, from soups to stir-fries. But for some older adults, these pungent vegetables can be surprisingly harsh on the digestive system, leading to bloating, gas, or acid reflux. As we age, our digestive systems may become more sensitive, and the compounds in raw onions and garlic can exacerbate these issues, making meals less enjoyable. One of the main problems with raw onions and garlic is their high content of sulfur compounds and fermentable fibers, particularly fructans. Fructans are a type of carbohydrate that the human body struggles to digest, especially in seniors with slower digestion or conditions like IBS. When fructans reach the gut, they ferment, producing gas that can lead to bloating, discomfort, or even cramping. For example, if you've ever eaten a raw onion-heavy salad or a dish with raw garlic and felt gassy or bloated afterward, these fermentable fibers are likely the cause. Another issue is the effect of raw onions and garlic on acid reflux. These vegetables can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that prevents stomach acid from flowing back into the esophagus. When this happens, you may experience heartburn, indigestion, or a burning sensation in your chest, particularly after a meal. Seniors with GERD or a history of acid reflux may find that raw onions and garlic make their symptoms significantly worse. For instance, imagine enjoying a fresh salsa with raw onions and garlic at a family gathering, only to spend the rest of the evening dealing with uncomfortable heartburn. It's a scenario many older adults can relate to. To illustrate, consider the experience of Susan, a 65-year-old who loved adding raw onions to her sandwiches and salads. Over time, she noticed increasing bloating and occasional acid reflux after meals. After switching to cooked onions and using garlic-infused oils instead of raw garlic, she found that her digestive discomfort decreased significantly. Cooking onions and garlic can break down some of the sulfur compounds and fructans, making them easier on the stomach. For example, sauteed onions or roasted garlic can add flavor to dishes without the same digestive impact. If you're reluctant to give up onions and garlic entirely, try experimenting with preparation methods. Roasting, sautéing, or even caramelizing onions can make them gentler on the digestive system while preserving their delicious flavor. Similarly, garlic-infused olive oil can provide the taste of garlic without the harsh effects of raw cloves. If you have a sensitive stomach or a history of acid reflux, consider reducing your intake of raw onions and garlic and monitoring how your body responds. Over time, these small changes can lead to significant improvements in digestion and overall comfort. Paying attention to your body's signals is one of the most effective ways to improve your well-being as you age. If you're finding this information valuable, please comment. Number 3, below to let us know you're still with us. Your feedback helps us continue creating content that informs and inspires. Corn and other tough-to-digest starches. Corn is a beloved staple in many diets, enjoyed in forms like corn on the cob, popcorn, tortillas, or cornbread. However, for older adults, corn and other starchy vegetables can be surprisingly difficult to digest, leading to bloating, gas, and a heavy, sluggish feeling after meals. While corn may seem like a harmless and wholesome food, its unique structure and composition can pose challenges for aging digestive systems. The primary issue with corn is its outer layer, which is made of cellulose, a type of fiber that the human body cannot fully break down. This is why you might notice undigested corn kernels in your stool after eating corn on the cob or popcorn. It passes through the digestive tract largely intact. For seniors with slower digestion, this can lead to bloating, gas, or even cramping, especially when corn is consumed in large amounts. Popcorn, in particular, can be problematic due to its rough texture and sharp, undigested kernels, which can irritate the digestive tract. For those with conditions like diverticulosis, a common condition in older adults where small pouches form in the colon, popcorn and other tough starches can increase the risk of irritation or inflammation. Beyond digestion, corn is a high glycemic food, meaning it can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. While not as extreme as processed sugars, corn converts to sugar relatively quickly in the body, which can be challenging for seniors managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Regularly consuming corn-based foods like cornbread or tortillas may make it harder to maintain stable blood sugar levels, leading to energy crashes or long-term health complications. Consider the story of Nancy, a 70-year-old who loved corn on the cob at summer barbecues. Over time, she began noticing bloating and discomfort after meals, particularly when she ate corn or popcorn. She initially thought it was just part of aging, but after replacing corn with easier-to-digest vegetables like zucchini or cooked carrots, she noticed a dramatic improvement. Her stomach felt lighter, and she no longer experienced the sluggish, weighed-down feeling after meals. Nancy's experience is a reminder that even healthy foods can cause problems if they don't align with your body's needs. If you enjoy corn, moderation is key. Eating small amounts occasionally is unlikely to cause major issues, but relying on it as a dietary staple may not be the best choice for optimal digestion. Instead, consider swapping corn for lower glycemic, easier to digest vegetables like leafy greens, bell peppers, or cucumbers. These alternatives provide similar nutritional benefits without the digestive or blood sugar challenges. For example, a side of sautéed green beans or a cucumber salad can be just as satisfying as corn without the discomfort. If you're finding this section helpful, please comment. Number 4, below to let us know you're still following along. Your support encourages us to keep sharing valuable insights for your health and wellness. Spinach and other high oxalate greens. Spinach is often celebrated as a nutritional powerhouse, packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. But for some older adults, especially those prone to kidney stones or calcium absorption issues, spinach and other high oxalate greens like Swiss chard or beet greens can pose unexpected risks. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in certain vegetables. And while they're harmless in small amounts, consuming too many can contribute to kidney stone formation or interfere with the body's ability to absorb essential minerals like calcium. Kidney stones are small, hard mineral deposits that form in the kidneys when substances like oxalates bind to calcium instead of being flushed out of the body. They can be incredibly painful, and seniors who have experienced them know how disruptive they can be. Spinach is one of the highest oxalate-containing foods, meaning that frequent consumption may increase the risk of kidney stones, particularly for those who are already susceptible. For example, William, a 73-year-old retiree, thought he was making a healthy choice by eating spinach salads daily. After suffering from recurring kidney stones, his doctor recommended cutting back on high oxalate foods. William switched to lower oxalate greens like romaine lettuce and bok choy, and since making that change, he hasn't had another kidney stone episode. Another concern with high oxalate greens is their impact on calcium absorption. When oxalates bind to calcium in the gut, they prevent the body from absorbing it effectively. Over time, this can contribute to weaker bones, which is a significant concern for seniors at risk of osteoporosis. Maintaining strong bones is crucial for preventing fractures and staying mobile as we age. So ensuring proper calcium absorption is just as important as consuming enough calcium-rich foods. If you're eating a lot of spinach but not absorbing calcium efficiently, you might not be getting the full benefits of your dietary efforts. Does this mean you should avoid leafy greens altogether? Absolutely not. The key is choosing the right ones. Instead of relying heavily on spinach, consider swapping it for lower oxalate greens like kale, arugula, or mustard greens. These options provide similar nutrients without the high oxalate content that could strain your kidneys or interfere with mineral absorption. Additionally, pairing oxalate-rich foods with calcium sources, such as dairy products, can help reduce the risk of kidney stone formation by allowing oxalates to bind to calcium in the gut before reaching the kidneys. For example, if you love a spinach salad, try mixing in some yogurt-based dressing or topping it with a small amount of cheese to help mitigate the oxalate effects. Alternatively, you could replace spinach with romaine lettuce or mixed greens for a nutrient-rich salad that's gentler on your body. By making these small adjustments, you can continue to enjoy the benefits of leafy greens without the potential risks. If you've been dealing with kidney stones, bone density concerns, or digestive discomfort, paying attention to oxalates could be a game changer. Comment number 5 below to let us know you've made it this far and share your thoughts on how you might incorporate these tips into your diet. Final thoughts: making smart choices for long-term health. Now that we've explored these 5 cruciferous vegetables, nightshades, raw onions and garlic, corn, and high oxalate greens, it's time to reflect on how your diet might be affecting your digestion and overall health. While vegetables are a cornerstone of a healthy diet, not all of them are well suited for every person, especially as we age. Some can trigger bloating, inflammation, joint pain, or other issues that leave you feeling sluggish rather than energized. But by being mindful of your choices, you can avoid unnecessary discomfort and support your long-term wellness. Here's a quick recap of the key takeaways. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage can cause bloating and gas due to raffinose and sulfur compounds. Try cooking them or swapping for gentler options like zucchini or carrots. Nightshade vegetables like tomatoes and potatoes may contribute to inflammation or acid reflux. Experiment with a temporary break or replace with sweet potatoes or cucumbers. Raw onions and garlic can trigger acid reflux and bloating due to fructans and sulfur compounds. Opt for cooked versions or garlic-infused oils. Corn and starchy vegetables are tough to digest and can cause blood sugar spikes. Choose lower glycemic options like leafy greens or bell peppers. High oxalate greens like spinach may increase the risk of kidney stones or interfere with calcium absorption. Swap for kale or romaine lettuce for similar benefits. The good news is that for every vegetable that might cause trouble, there are plenty of alternatives that provide the nutrients you need without the unwanted side effects. Listen to your body's signals. If you feel bloated, sluggish, or uncomfortable after eating certain vegetables, it might be time to make a change. Keeping a food diary, experimenting with preparation methods, and consulting with a healthcare professional or nutritionist can help you tailor your diet to your unique needs. Your health is a lifelong journey, and small dietary adjustments can have a big impact on how you feel day to day. Whether you're looking to ease digestive discomfort, reduce inflammation, or prevent issues like kidney stones, making informed choices about the vegetables you eat is a powerful step toward better health. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below with one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your feedback inspires us to keep sharing valuable content. Thank you for joining us on this journey to better health. If you found this guide helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and empower you. Here's to feeling your best and thriving at every stage of life.